YouTube, and welcome back for another video. I'm Louis.
I'm Josh.
And we're back at Flashpoint Swindon, this time to have a look at projecting at our limit. What's the hardest you climb, Josh?
V9 inside.
Whoa, so, okay, we're going to go for like top limit for you then.
A max.
There's a V9 right behind us. We're going to try it together. And while we do this, I'm going to go through all of the tips that I'd normally include in a coaching session, and the specific things I want to talk about while we start learning how to do this climb behind us is, what is the aim of projecting? What mindset should we be in when we're projecting hard boulders? And have we got any tactics to increase our chances of success on these hard boulders? Obviously, yes, I've got good stuff for all three of those, so let's talk about it while we have a look at this climb. Tip number one, or thing to talk about number one, what is the actual aim of projecting hard boulders? So,
to climb your hardest and have glory.
This is what I used to think it was.
Right, okay, sorry.
No, because that's what it seems like. When you go around trying hard climbs, you kind of get into the mindset of, well, obviously the aim is do the hard climbs. Yes, I would say if I'm at a competition or if I'm climbing outdoors, if I've specifically decided this is a hard climb I really want to do, then yeah, obviously doing it is really important. In general though, when we're just in a gym, having a regular session, trying some hard climbs, I actually don't think it's very important that you do the boulder. If you do, great, but the much more important thing to practice is getting good at solving problems and getting good at the projecting process. I think one of the most difficult parts of projecting a hard boulder is maintaining a confident mindset, because if you fall off something 1,000 times, it's really easy to start doubting yourself.
Yep.
I very rarely see anyone actually projecting a climb that they aren't strong enough to do. Basically, I never see that. I do all the time see people walk away being all sad and frustrated from a climb that they were able to do. They just needed to keep the trial and error process going for longer and trying some new ideas. But people don't do that because they get frustrated and upset, so they leave.
Yeah.
So maintaining a confident mindset is also the thing we're going to look at really, really closely while we're working on this.
Cool.
I think this climb would be easier for us if we, and this is where we're getting into the tactics, if we did a few things to make it as easy as possible. None of this stuff is particularly new or groundbreaking, but I forget to do this stuff all the time, and most people forget to do this all the time when they're projecting in regular sessions. Check number one, and we do this in between every attempt. Do you have a plan? That's a good check.
Okay.
Good. Okay, maybe you have a plan already. Like, I'm looking at it going, I can see where I'm planning on putting my hands and feet. Maybe after we try it, might want to adjust our plans, but let's always make sure we've got a plan. Step number two, is the climb in the best condition it could be to give yourself the highest chance of sending it?
No.
No, I don't think so. So we'll give it a brush.
Nice.
And then check number three, are you in the best condition you can be before we do the boulder? So that might mean resting, thinking about confidence, whatever it might be to get into a better mindset for it. So, check number one, okay, yeah, I think we can both have a look at this one and we've got a good plan for it. Check number two though, no, the holds are dirty.
Needs a brush.
I think it's probably clean enough that we could do it, but I've fallen into that trap many, many times, and I'm like, basically I'm saying I'm okay with this being a grade or two harder than it needs to be.
Yeah.
Why would I do that to myself? So, here you go.
Thank you.
Brush holds.
The sloper.
While you're brushing it, do you want to just tell me what your plan is for this one? Because I think we've probably got the same plan.
Yeah, my plan is that, well, this is one of the starting holds.
Yeah.
But technically you probably are allowed to match this too, but I guess it's not set like that.
Yeah,
so we'll start down there. Right foot on, right hand up to here.
Yeah.
Then I'm gonna swap my feet, gonna jump to this, and then I'll probably put my left foot on, roll over, right hand.
Yeah.
Or I was also thinking a heel hook.
I was thinking that, and you can see from like there's some rubber marks on that, so I think someone else might have tried that as well.
It looks like it could come off because it's like kind of blocked, so it looks kind of awkward.
Only difference for me so far is I'm probably not going to go for that one from this foot. I might bring my feet up into the volume and come out from there.
Okay.
Yeah, next move, I want to roll over as well. I'm not sure which way.
It looks like a good hold if you can get your thumb on.
Yeah, exactly, right? Okay, so let's assume we make it there. What are you going to do next?
Right foot on volume.
Yeah, sounds good. Then what?
Left hand up to here.
Yeah, maybe with a match in between as an intermediate.
Oh yeah, match, sorry, that's what.
Yeah.
That's what, oh, you got left foot here?
Yeah, that would be nice. What's that for?
That's my foot.
Yeah.
Maybe what I'd do is actually put my left foot up here and roll into this. And then I put a heel on.
Yeah.
Foot here, into this crimp, and then I'll be able to
Wait,
reach.
what? Hang on, a heel on where?
On here.
Facing which way?
This way.
Which heel?
My left heel.
To do that move?
Yeah. And my right foot will be here, pushing me off.
Okay.
And then I'll just be able to lock in to the top because I'm tall.
Okay.
Do you know, he doesn't like this plan.
No, it doesn't appeal to me. But I'm excited to see you try that plan. No, I've actually learned not to dissuade students from doing plans that they think are like along their instincts, because loads of time I've said in the past, I'm like, oh, don't do that, that's a bad idea. And then we've just done what I know works for me. Now I've learned that I'm just going to be like, okay, I'm just going to shut up. I think that's a bad idea, but let's see how it plays out.
Okay.
Sometimes it doesn't play out well. Other times I watch and I'm like, oh, I'm really glad I didn't say anything. That actually worked really, really well. So I don't think that's going to work. I'm going to let you try that. Man, I'm sorry. I asked you to tell me your plan. I've just ragged on every.
Why did he ask? Wunderbar, wunderbar,
Okay,
wunderbar.
so, check number 1, got a plan. Check number 2.
Well, it wasn't a good enough plan, but I
Oh,
got
no,
one.
it's a good plan. It's a plan. And then check number 2, climb's in good condition.
Yeah.
Check number 3, you're in good condition.
Yes.
Let's have a try.
Okay.
Sight.
Yeah, good. Confidence is high. I don't know. Sometimes I look at clients and I'm like, that looks easy, I'll flash this. More often than not, it's not the case. I will then take months to do it.
Yeah. Oh!
Can I pull on again?
Wait.
Oh.
Why though?
Because I want to try the rest immediately.
So, okay, something I think about a lot when I'm working on hard climbs, but this is again like a tactics thing that we can talk about. I also would have done the same as you. I'd like fall off, then I'd just try it again, and I'd fall off, then I'd try it again. It's not the easiest way of doing climbs. So now I've realised, okay, whenever we're working on a hard climb, we're only ever trying to do one of 3 tasks. We're either trying to learn what the move is and what exact move we're trying to do on the boulder, or we're trying to learn how to do a specific move, and maybe we're trying that one in isolation, or sometimes we're just trying to execute the whole climb. If we've learned what the moves are, we've done all the individual moves, or we think we can do them, then we might just try and go for it. So, for example, just then you're like, oh, wait, let me just jump back on and try this.
Yeah.
Which task are you trying to achieve?
The rest of it. The rest of the other moves.
So, okay, well, in that case, if you're saying like, oh, I want to learn what the rest of the moves are, okay, that sounds fine, but even then I say, well, let's make that as easy as possible. There's no harm in just resting for a minute and then trying that again. The other one I'd say though is, if you think you could just jump back on and just do the rest of the climb right now, well, then rest and just do that first move again, then you just do the whole boulder. Yeah, Josh. Next one's great, come on. Yeah!
I didn't quite go enough for the...
No, you have to go quite far into that.
Yeah, but it's actually a good hold.
It is, you just got to go all the way to the other side of it. Man, really, really good. If we're being intentional about those 3 tasks of, am I trying to learn what the moves are, am I trying to do moves in isolation, or am I just trying to execute the boulder, let's keep in mind that we're trying to make each of those as easy as possible. So, do you want to practice doing that move a few times?
That's what I would, if I was by myself, that's what I'd do.
That's what I would do as well.
Yeah.
You could climb up there right now and try that move right now, thinking, I'm slightly tired, but I would feel slightly tired because I've been doing those moves.
Yeah.
I would probably want to try it completely fresh and learn how to do that move in its easiest form.
Yeah.
Then I'd practice it feeling a little bit more tired. Then I'd go for the whole thing. Oh, I'll give those a brush for you as well.
Thank you, darling.
Oh, you're very welcome. All part of the service, sir. Go on. Good effort.
That feels like the harder move for me.
It is a hard move. No, definitely.
Feels harder than the first move.
Yeah. So, okay, let's go into tactics for learning how to do a move and doing that move in isolation. I've got 2 main methods. One is just having someone power spot me.
Yeah.
That is enormously helpful because it literally just feels like, oh, I can practice it in 50% gravity and my body can learn what it's supposed to feel like. I would, if I were you though, I would just add in some intermediates to make it slightly easier. Yeah. So actually, really helpfully, there are a bunch of holds exactly where we need them.
Yeah. Sometimes the feeling of like when you're projecting and you find a new beta or like a new way of doing it feels easier, it's actually a better feeling than when you send on like a long-term thing. Yeah. Like you're like, yes, I did it. I found it, and now it's easy or easier. Yeah. It will never be. I always think it feels easy, but it's still hard. Like you still got to think about it being hard. But yeah, so you're finding a new beta, you're like, oh, amazing. And then you'll feel ecstatic about that and then walk away at the session like, that was great.
Yeah, exactly. Wonderful. So I think we're getting onto a good point here, which is if you're motivated about making progress, so much easier to stay confident and stay excited about a hard climb because you're making tiny little increments of progress. If the only thing you're psyched about is sending the boulder, then you're disappointed session after session. It's really hard to get any excitement from it. I think try it off that red jug a few more times. Yeah. And then once we start catching it, then let's start trying off the blue jug.
Cool.
Yeah. So good, Josh. Really nice, man. Really, really nice. Sweet. Have a little rest, then try it from the blue jug.
Yeah, it almost feels easier to then take the left foot off and then you're all the weight's
I
not
think
pushing.
it does make sense.
So otherwise if the left foot's on, you're more space on.
You've got it, exactly. If the left foot stays, you can't twist into it and get that better position.
If the right foot comes on, you go.
Yeah, I'm intentionally.
And then it's a good hold.
Yeah, exactly. We can just speak through the language of movement, aren't we? Come on, Josh. Yes, 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 yes! Oh, man.
That felt easy. That
looked so good. I mean, if you want to, you could stick that move and then just
carry on.
Try the rest of it. You may as well. If that doesn't work, though, then we'll climb down, have a rest, try those moves in isolation from here.
Yeah.
And then I think we're suddenly at the point where the loading bar of learn which moves to do is now full.
Yeah.
The loading, if we've done those extra moves, then loading bar of which moves you've done, also full. So now we're on to try and execute the climb, which I also have some tips for.
Part, I think.
Oh, let's talk about that more, because I also find it really difficult. That point where you're like, cool, I've just proven that I should be able to do this.
I find
now pressure on.
With long-term projects, like you focus for so long on the individual moves, and then when it comes to do it, then it's like there's no more. Like you used to get happiness from making progress on the small moves, and then maybe you fall off the last move. It's like, well, the only thing left to do is to do it. But I break the climb into sections because I'm mainly a sport climber. But I'll break the climb into sections. Like, oh, I climbed, I don't know, like this boulder like 12 times today, and that would be my hardest boulder. And then did like 4 routes at whatever grade.
But again, what you're good at and what you can pick up on at home, folks, is that Josh, even when he's struggling to see progress, is still finding things that are motivating about what he's trying.
I'm not great at it.
No, he is good at it.
No, this is all from my recent projects. So I've just learnt it now. Like from getting really frustrated, and then the days I get frustrated were like the worst sessions ever. And the days you had good mindset, I was like, oh, okay, I did well. And when you have the stress of building, I was like, I really want to do it. Then you have more confidence in yourself for those next sessions after you've had a good session. If that makes sense.
Beautifully put. Yeah, man, it makes loads of sense. Do that move.
Yes, sir.
Come on, Josh. Yes, yes. Oh, that was it. Just got to go a little bit further into that position.
And a bit faster.
Yeah,
I think so. Slow then.
Yeah, you don't get as much from the pink that you do from the blue. No. It's worse hold. Yeah. And it's further away, so you need more from it. Yeah. So, okay, that's fine. What are you going to think about doing on your next attempt of that?
The things you just said.
Yeah.
Being faster. I haven't got much more to add than that.
Just checking you got a plan.
Those things.
Go big, go fast.
Be a bit faster, yeah. Just engage speed. Kapow!
Yeah, better. Much better.
Closer.
Yeah, man. Really good.
It was faster, at least.
It was. Give it a few more at this move. Then let's just try the top section.
Okay.
Because I actually think, as we said, when you're working on a project, it sometimes can be difficult to stay motivated if we're feeling like we're failing the same move or not making progress.
Yeah.
So let's just do the other move so we can feel like we're making loads of progress again, get psyched again.
Cool.
And then we'll go back to the start move.
Yes. Oh, yeah. I tried to do more with it, but it felt like it made zero difference.
The different parts of this move are coming together. Like, I thought the leg was good just then,
okay.
But it meant that because you were thinking about that, you hit the hold and then just stayed there and tried to hold it, when you want to hit it and then keep going to the other side.
Right, okay.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Whoa!
Wasn't expecting that.
Where exactly are you aiming to catch that one?
In the middle.
On the low pinch?
No,
in the middle?
Yeah.
Because you know your first instinct was to go all the way for the top of it.
Yeah.
Like guppy.
I didn't guppy it though.
Do you not? Okay,
no.
I might just try that, see how that feels though. Oh man, it's so far. You might prefer that.
Prefer going
that
higher.
Actually felt decent. You have to go slightly further, but that's okay because you're big.
Yeah,
but
the distance isn't.
You know, before I was saying like, oh, if you go for the low bit, you don't have to be really specific about the body position you go into.
Yeah.
Not if you catch that guppy. Then you just go.
Done.
Oh,
it's better.
Is that better?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay, I think we should stick with that. That's really good. So I think what we just did there is actually. It's really difficult to know when to do that when you're projecting stuff. Like,
to change it.
Yeah, should I keep doing what I'm doing, or should I try changing it slightly?
I guess that depends on how long. If like we're only trying this for like an hour or a couple of hours,
exactly.
but if we were trying it for like a day, or 2 days, sorry, like multiple sessions, then you could change around more because you have another session.
But I think good tip for people projecting stuff. If you think something isn't working, you're like, oh no, maybe I'm not strong enough to do this. Instead of assuming, oh well, I'm probably not strong enough to do the climb at all. just bank on the idea that something else will work. And if you just keep throwing ideas at it, eventually you'll find something that does work.
Yeah.
But it's really hard to do that because that's keeping this level of confidence of like, oh no, I'll do something at some point, something will work. So this is just for anyone who's like having a hard time projecting at their own gym. If ever I get to a point where I start thinking, I'm like, oh, okay, no, I've tried this a lot. I've tried loads of different solutions. It doesn't really feel like anything's working. Now I am starting to doubt whether or not I'm able to do this boulder. Just ask myself this really nice question where I go, okay, have I ever felt that way before? Only to end up doing the boulder? Yeah. Hundreds and hundreds of times. So I'll just bank on this being another one of those times. Go on, what were you going to say?
Sorry, yeah, funnily enough, when you're saying that, like, so recently I did my hardest route, but like the day of or the day before I did it, I was thinking like, well, how many times have you been in this situation where you've like, you know, you're like, oh, I still haven't done it, blah, blah, and maybe other people have done it before you, because that happened to me quite a lot. And then I was like, well, each time you've been there, you've still done it eventually. And then I was like, well, I've always come out on top eventually. So why wouldn't it happen again? And then I did. And I was like, well, and then the more you do that, you're like, oh, well, I've still won every other time, so why wouldn't it happen again?
That looks so much better for you. Go on, you want to try the other moves? Whoa, no!
So slippery.
It is a slippery
sliding
one, right?
so much.
Yeah.
So now I'm getting frustrated.
So, well, okay, so we talked earlier about how maintaining a confident mindset is the main challenge, or one of the main challenges working on a hard boulder. Yeah, again, I think the main reason I see people end up not being successful on climbs that they would be able to do is exactly that. They get frustrated and they walk away. Yeah. So I think a lot about it as a coach of like, okay, well, how do I help students avoid getting frustrated? Because that's the reason that they end up stopping trying new ideas, stopping trying hard, getting demotivated and then walking away. So then I go back to that original thing we first talked about. I was like, okay, why does it matter whether or not you do this climb? It might matter to us because we've started investing a lot of energy into it. Yeah. Now I phrase it very differently where I'm like, oh, it actually doesn't matter whether or not you do the boulder, that's fine. But why don't we think about it in the way of your time and energy spent on this boulder is really, really worthwhile, whether you get it or not. Whether you get it or not, we're still getting stronger every time we try it. We're learning cool things. I'm having a really nice time trying the boulder with you. And all of those three things would be completely true whether or not the outcome is successful. Yeah. Once you then get into this place of like, oh, I can just try hard and be free and not worry about the outcome, then it becomes more likely because you don't get as frustrated anymore. Yeah. That was all of my words. Okay. Now do the boulder. Frustration is gone.
Well,
Thanks so much.
What am I doing now then?
Well, up to you. I think you should try that that top section. Yeah, go on. Yeah. Go on.
Whoa, the slippery.
Oh. But that looks all right. How's that move going straight over?
Yeah, it was okay.
You look mega strong on that climb.
I feel like I'm sliding so much on the. I feel like I need to warm my hands up.
That's fine. Warm your hands up.
Wear gloves. Yeah. That'll probably be easier.
What was I going to try?
Gloves and belay glasses.
Yeah. The thing you're finding at the moment, you're like, oh, the holes are really slippery. It feels like I keep slipping off them. I now again think quite carefully about like, okay, what conditions can I control, and what conditions can't I control? In which case, I can only choose how distracted I allow myself to be by them. Okay, so first move, 100% complete. Second move, 100% complete. Third move, that rollover, I would say is like 95% there. Yeah. Next move, 100% complete. Yeah. Next move, maybe like 75. Like you made the distance pretty easily and then just didn't quite stick it. Yeah. Last move, not tried, but I don't see how you would struggle on that too much. Yeah. Maybe you will.
We will see.
Yeah, we'll find out. We'll find out soon.
We'll find out. Stay tuned for next week's episode. Where am I then? I'm here.
Yeah!
Very tight, that drop.
Yeah, oh man, I told you, it's really small. We can also, like, we've not done much problem solving on different alternatives to how to do that move. I feel like I did something really different. Yeah. I think, oh man,
I don't know what you did.
Try this, because I think it'll actually fit your height and size really well. And you feel pretty decent on that crimp, don't you?
Yeah.
Yeah, I can tell from the way you're holding it. Yeah, try that.
Just right foot on the box and left foot on the thing.
Yeah, the only thing I'd say is that might feel different for you because you're a little bit taller than me. There you go. Sweet. Man, very good. So, okay, the learn how to do the moves loading bar. How many moves do you know how to do?
First one.
Yeah.
Second one.
Yeah. You know what the move is.
I know what to do. Third one. All of them.
Yeah, all of them. 100% on that one. Okay, which moves have you now done in their entirety?
All of them but one.
Yeah, all but one, right?
Yeah.
And that one that we've not done yet is like 95% there, I think.
Yeah.
I think optimistically. Maybe you think less, but it's pretty close.
Yeah.
Maybe soon we'll start just trying to do the whole thing. I think when I switch from, should I practice doing the moves or should I just try and do the whole thing? That is kind of just a confidence thing.
Yeah.
Like, some people will want to practice each individual move repeatedly.
Yeah.
Other people I've seen, they're just like, yeah, I don't know, I haven't done all the moves, but I'm pretty sure I can do them if I just rest a bit and go for the whole thing.
Yeah.
Up to you what we do now. I think maybe it's worth practicing that move in a little.
Probably good to do that move.
Yeah, that move in the middle a little bit more.
Yeah.
But this is again why I really like that idea of just having those different tasks to achieve. Because nowadays when I go for projecting sessions, my specific intention is I'm going to go to the gym. I've got a whole bunch of hard projects I'm working on. I just want to nudge those loading bars up a little bit further on each of them. If you get into that mindset, then every project becomes inevitable. Which is very fun.
Unless they take it down.
Unless they take it down, but in which case, who cares? I never want to do it. It's stupid climbing, stupid people. Man, very exciting. What progress.
What progress? Oh, sake.
Ooh, tell me more.
Tell you more.
Well, who are you yelling at?
Me.
Yeah, right?
It's annoying.
I also used to berate myself. If I thought I could do a climb and then I fell off it, I would be judgy with myself and be annoyed at myself for not doing it. And I would say stuff like that. If every time you fell off it, I spoke to you the way you just spoke to yourself, how would you feel?
You wouldn't feel great, would you?
No, you'd feel horrible. And actually, I think you saying it to yourself is much more powerful than me saying it to you.
Okay.
So I've spent like a lot of energy over the last few years, as I describe it, of like retraining my inner monologue. So first step is identifying like, oh, there's like someone else involved in this process. That person who just yelled at you.
Yeah.
I've now realised, I'm like, oh, they do have your best interests at heart. They want you to succeed at the boulder.
Yeah.
But this villainous Josh who's in your head is probably not going about it the best way. First, just like start noticing, because I did it for ages. I'd be like trying a project and then I'd fall off and go, come on, what are you doing? And they immediately go like, oh, hey, there's that other guy and I know he's trying to help, but that's actually not that helpful. Do you mind toning that down a little bit? And so we've slowly like repaired this relationship until now when I fall off something, not all the time. Sometimes I fall off and I catch myself going, come on, that's not helping you.
Yeah.
Ideally, I fall off something and go, nice try. Okay, what do you think you could do differently? And literally I try and speak to myself like I would to someone I really like or to someone I'm coaching who's paying me not to say horrible, abusive things at them. So challenge for you, it won't get fixed today, but when you're projecting stuff, just start being aware of that inner monologue and realise that for most people, they are brutal to themselves with that inner monologue. If you start adjusting it to, it literally like coaches you, you stop getting as frustrated and it then opens up a better performance. What you gonna do?
Send it.
Gonna do it. Oh boy.
Do it, boy.
Go on, big try hard. Yes! Again, good position. You're still aiming for pinch on the right hand.
Oh, I'm just not getting high enough, really. That's not really necessarily.
How could you get more height?
By pulling and pushing more.
No, I guess. Do the move big,
Yeah,
catch soft.
Just do more.
Yeah. Do what you're doing, but faster and with a
and
tiny
bigger.
bit more aggression.
Right, this is my last go. And the goal is just to do that move from the pin, I don't even know what that hold is. The pink hold, the right one, and the left flatty edge thing to the roll. The roll. I should have just said the roll.
Oh man, good effort again.
Too shallow.
Really, really good though. Wait, the movement or the hold?
The way I held it, and the movement was also felt I tried to go quickly and dynamic, but I just didn't.
It's a tricky climb, right?
Yeah. That is hard.
Right, I think we're done. That was a hard session. Well done, man.
Thank you.
Hard project.
Sorry I didn't do the move.
No, don't
I tried.
be, man. No, because I think this is one of the really difficult things with working on projects is that if they're hard enough projects that they're a suitable challenge for you, you probably won't do them in one session. So that's why I keep bringing us back to that idea of actually sending the boulder, not that important. Very last thing that I'll ask you all to think about is a good analogy for working on projects, I think, would be solving a really hard puzzle. So Josh and I were talking about this and he was like, oh, I'd try and just get it all done in one evening. I wouldn't want to spend evenings and evenings doing a puzzle.
I got things to do now.
I know, but that makes it harder because, as we said, if I said to Josh, okay, I've got this 1,000-piece puzzle of the Sahara Desert, it's obviously going to be really hard, and my plan is that I'm going to sit down and do this in one sitting, and if it doesn't get done, I'm going to start getting really frustrated, really disappointed. reasonably, yeah, Josh was like, sounds like you're in for a really bad time then. A reasonable way to work on a puzzle, a project, whatever you want to call it, would be we chip away at it, we make a decent amount of progress, then we put it away for an evening, get it out another evening, chip away at it again, and slowly the puzzle will get complete. So yeah, project to work on. Let me know if you get this, but that was really, really fun working with you, man.
Thanks for helping me.
And very, very welcome.
The mindset tips, I think, from my experience in climbing, is the most important thing. Like, no matter what grade you climb, like, to be able to come away have positive, and something I definitely struggle with, come away positive from a session makes life so much easier. And then you also enjoy climbing more. And like say, climbing is pointless. We enjoy it, but it's pointless. So, you know, there's no point stressing too much.
Exactly.
Like, no one's going to die.
That was a pleasure. Thank you so much.
No, it was a pleasure.
Josh.
Thank you very much.
So if you enjoyed the video, leave some comments, like, subscribe, click the join button to get training plans from me and Neil Gresham, and make sure you follow Josh Rundle as well over on his channel. We've done some cool videos with Josh too. They'll be very, very fun to watch.
Yes.
See you next time, folks.
Love you, bye.
And then cover the
camera. Oh yeah, we've got to cover that.
No, it's too late now.
Oh, we could still do